Hey everyone, what's up? Brian here. And I'm here to respond to what a lot of people have been talking about in the past 24 hours. That is the fact that WWE has decided to cancel the Survivor Series. And excuse me, I'll be honest with you, I'm not happy about this. I mean, I can understand canceling some of the smaller pay-per-views, or rebranding them, or renaming them. I can understand that. But to get rid of this pay-per-view, it's not a good idea. Yeah, I admit over the past couple of years, they really haven't had much elimination matches and that they haven't really been built to anything the way they should be. But the Survivor Series, to me, excuse me, to me will always hold a special place because this was the very first pay-per-view I ever saw live on pay-per-view. I can remember it. It was Thanksgiving Eve, 1991. The main event for the match, even though it was for the event, the main event for the night, even though it was in the middle, was Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan for the WWE title. And I was over at my aunt's house in Haywood, California, because they allowed me and my family to come over and watch it and record it. And I still have that tape, but it's in Kansas right now. But I watched that pay-per-view. Excuse me. I watched that pay-per-view, and I enjoyed it. And I didn't get to see Survivor Series live until 2 years later, again in 1993. But I always liked the concept of Survivor Series. I always liked the teams. I always liked seeing all the teams being put together, some of the best wrestlers that they had, the best superstars that they had. Heck, I even had a chance when Coliseum Video was still being, when you were still able to purchase and rent Coliseum videos, VHS of the Survivor Series. I remember watching the first one, and I remember watching that big old Survivor Series, one of the big Survivor Series matches they had. Most every tag team they had in the WWE back in '87 was in one match. I also remember the women's match they had. I mean, I was like, this is what WWE was about. And it was the very first Survivor Series. It was the very first pay-per-view. So you think, why? So here's the question, why would they get rid of the very first pay-per-view? That's nuts. That's crazy. So, honestly, I don't know what they're going to replace it with. Rumors are going around that it could be War Games, it could be Battle Bowl. In fact, they're asking fans on their website what kind of events would you like to see replace it. I'll be honest with you, if there's going to be two events that are going to be on the top of fans' list to replace this, to try to be as good, if not better than Survivor Series, it's going to be War Games and Battle Bowl. The reason for War Games is because it's a two-ring, and it's the 5-on-5 match that headlines the entire event. If it's Battle Bowl, it's Battle Bowl because it puts you together unique teams, arch rivals, enemies, you name it. They have to team up because of a lethal lottery. But anyway, that's my thought on that. As well as, that's really all I could say. The ECW coming to an end, honestly, I'm not really surprised by that. I mean, I'm disappointed ECW's coming to an end, but I'm not really surprised. I had a feeling, rumors going around, people, it not being as it used to be, and so, we'll just have to see where WWE goes from here with the next show, or the NXT show, and what ECW guys and divas are going to end up on what shows. Oh, and one final news tidbit. In case you don't know, a lot of you have been worrying about the fact that WWE was going to change Bryan Danielson's name. Well, you were right. They did change it. Bryan Danielson is now Daniel Bryan. That's right, Daniel Bryan. They changed his name. The reason is because apparently from what they said, apparently he refused to sign over the rights to the Bryan Danielson name, so now he's Daniel Bryan. I guess it makes sense. You just have to shorten Danielson to Daniel and put it in front, and then put Bryan in the, You know, I guess it makes sense. They could have just called him Brian Daniel, but that wouldn't have taken away from the Danielson. But, you know, still, they changed his name. It's Daniel Bryan. So that's all I thought I'd say on those three things. And you got any comments? Let me know. Radius, Spinternet, whoever. Let me know, and take care.